245 close grip press. Pretty easy actually. I think today I'll step it up from 245 for 5 to 250 for 5 for my close grip press. So the sticking point on the bench press is not on my chest, not with the close grip press, it's a little bit higher. So that's triceps that are the weak link in that equation. So let's see, close grip press, tricep extension, dips should be the plan for the next couple of weeks or so, at least until I've gotten some strength in my triceps. If I can do a 3x5 close grip press and then follow that up with a set of tricep extensions with 45s, it's 115. If I can do 10 reps with 115 behind the neck and the tricep extension, then I think that'll do me pretty good for tricep progress. Then I can switch back to regular grip bench. Don't know what specifically I'm going to do then. Probably need to emphasize the deltoids a little bit more. Probably need more deltoid mass. But for right now, triceps. Need to remember to carry the bar a little bit higher in my hand. Don't want it slipping off my wrist. Not much chance of that happening because I do have a thumbs over grip rather than a suicide grip. But you know, I tend to like to put the bar right on that bone, heel bone. Helps you push it, helps avoid tendonitis, that type of thing. But with close grip press, got to carry it up higher in the hand because you can't really turn your hand over in order to get it balanced along that line of the hand. So it sits a little bit lower. Got to remember to carry it a little bit higher in the close grip press. And I need to focus more on what I'm saying because I tend to think and just kind of ramble out my thoughts. And that can make my speech kind of disjointed. I've kind of noticed that watching back my videos. Yeah. A lot of pressure in my head on that. Maybe I'll jump back down to 245. Maybe I'll just do sets of 4. Yeah. Yeah, I'll jump back down. Typically, you don't want to do more than 5 pounds per week. Your body doesn't really acclimatize that fast. Got to balance your ambition with patience. All right, wide grip. I think I might go for good 6 reps. Might call it at 5. Yeah, I think I'll push it for 6. So the thing I did at the start of the workout was take a training max. A training max is different from a true max attempt because you don't get hyped, you don't sniff ammonia, you don't slap yourself in the face, you don't do all these things that get your sympathetic nervous system firing. You just, very calmly, normally go for fairly, somewhat conservative max effort attempt. Like 97% of your true max, something like that. But you don't want to burn yourself out. Doing something like that is really useful for knowing what type of weights to use and how you're performing on the day and tracking your performance day to day. And you can do that every single day with some lifts. Deadlifts, probably not. Deadlifts might wear you out too much. But squat, bench press, overhead press, You can take a training max every day, and it's good for you. Primes your nervous system to be able to fire. You just don't want to psych yourself up out of your mind and really wreck yourself. And you don't want to go for anything too absurdly large, just maybe a few pounds over your less training max. You don't want to, spend all your muscular strength on one effort. But yeah, taking a training max and then doing a few drop down sets, really good strategy for building strength. Not quite so good for building muscle. For building muscle, you just want to completely exhaust the muscle. But for building strength, good way to train. Not warmed up anymore. Well, I suppose I'm warmed up now. Fine. 6, 7, 8. Ground must be crooked there. Felt heavier on the left side than it did on the right. Of course, I might have been shifting it a little bit more over to the left. Still, got a good tricep pump from it. May do another set of those, or may just do a set of curls. Nah, just grab a good set of curls. Low reps will build strength no matter what exercise you're using it for, as long as your form is good enough. But you really want higher reps for bodybuilding. A lot of people don't understand the difference between bodybuilding and strength training. Strength training, you just do as much weight as you can, you'll get stronger. Of course, you won't build as much mass, and ultimately, it's mass that matters, because mass is your potential. In order to realize that potential, you need to train with heavy weight. So, even though I did low reps with curls, perfectly fine. And those, bent over curls, not as good for building muscle, because it's more contraction focused, but still builds some muscle. So yeah. Totally valid way of training. Is it optimal for anything? No. Do I really care? No. I'm just trying to hammer my workout out so I can get back to work. You know, optimally, I would be using, I don't know, 25s, 10s, and probably quarters. And that would give me, about the perfect weight. And optimally, I would have my elbows fixed in some position so it was just the bicep doing the work. But I'm trying to get this workout done, so I just use the weight I'm using for my tricep extensions. A lot of people nowadays are obsessed with getting the perfect workout routine. Perfect is the enemy of progress. Just do what you can. Dips time. Everybody loves dips time. This time of the day. And I figure I'll do dips instead of push-ups. A little bit better shoulder stimulation on that. Eleven reps. So yesterday I did 10. Really trying to sink those as deep as I possibly can. Getting a good stretch too. A little bit of stretch through pecs, but especially through the deltoids. Deltoids are kind of challenging up top. Trying to maintain stability. Getting a lot of triceps out of them too. So yeah, dips are really going to do me well in the next few weeks. All right, good workout. Oh well. Gotta train my legs a little bit. Where's that? That'd be a good place. Well, more a back than my legs. Don't really care that much about my legs, they're fine. But I do want my back to stay good and healthy. All right, now it's a good workout.